excited right now. For me, these guys know I don't get too excited. No, just first off, congrats to BU. I mean, again, a great team. It was a real good hockey game, back and forth. You know, but I'm more excited for our team, our program, and our 7 seniors that have kind of gone through 2 years of tough defeats in this regional final. So to have the opportunity to get to Chicago and get to the Frozen Four and keep playing is pretty exciting for all of us.
Thanks very much, Coach. At this time, again, we're going to direct questions to the student athletes. Just a reminder to identify your news organization for at least the first question. And just raise your hand, we'll get a mic to you. And we're right down here in front.
Matt Wellens, Duluth News Review. Al, last 2 years, Scott kind of just mentioned that you guys have been sitting here after a couple 3-2 losses. How does it feel for you in the senior class to pull out a 3-2 win here and you know, reach that goal that you guys had set at the beginning of the year, get to the Frozen Four?
Absolutely incredible. I mean, it's the reason why we came back, and just proud of the guys for sacrificing their body. And the last 2 years, you know, we came short, but this year we didn't, so it feels absolutely phenomenal.
Right here.
Katie Emmer, Husky Productions. I asked Coach about this last night, but this goes, first of all, congratulations. This goes for any of you. 29 block shots from your defense last night, 20 tonight. How important is that commitment from your killers moving forward?
I think it's huge, and it shows a lot about the commitment our guys have. They're willing to sacrifice their bodies like that, and that's what we need to win. So I think they're going to keep doing that, and it'll give us a great chance to keep winning here.
Chris Murphy, Fargo Forum. Alex, was it something extra special because you know your junior career ended in this building? Is there something extra special about doing this in this building?
Yeah, it's definitely special. Playing here 2 years and playing 1 year with Dom, it's a great feeling to be back in and to win here. So just proud of the boys. You know, this is incredible. It's such a good feeling, especially just for us seniors, but everybody importantly. I mean, just sacrifice their bodies. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Al, can you kind of take us through the range of emotions that you went through and the team kind of went through when Joey gives you guys a 2-1 lead and then BU ties it up again?
Yeah, it was definitely a different feeling. I mean, we've been in that position before, so we just had to stay calm and going into overtime there, we're just resilient like we've been all year. So just going into next weekend or 2 weekends from now, we're just gonna do the same thing.
Austin Rush, UND Station. Adam, can you walk us through the goal and what you saw through the whole play?
Yeah, I took it one time when the shot got blocked, and I was fortunate enough to get it back on the wall. And I saw an opening. I just tried to fake a shot and get that guy to bite and shoot it by him. And you know, I found the corner, so it was a good feeling, and I'm really happy for the boys that we got that win.
USCHO. Joey, question for you. Obviously, last night was a really long night, and I'm sure you play a lot of overtime games before. Long nights happens in your college, but coming into today, with considering that, does your routine change much at all? How did you kind of go through the day before the game began?
I don't think a whole lot changes. I think guys kind of gotta just do what they do to get ready to play, and that's kind of what I did. I just stuck to a regular routine, and that's what we all did. And out there in the game, obviously you got to be smart with the puck, and we just played a really good game, I thought.
Joey, what was it for you and the guys that allowed you to kind of get that breakthrough goal to make it 2-1? It seemed like the offense and everything was really clicking up until that point, but you guys just wanted to break through.
Just was going to the net, and Riley got me the puck back. I threw one there, and rebound came right to me. I just jammed it home. I thought it was bound to happen eventually. There were a lot of rebounds out there, and we just were fortunate enough to find that one.
Adam, you guys have been in this situation a lot, not just during regular season games, but final of the North Star College Cup, the tight win over North Dakota last week. Did this situation feel any different than those for you guys, or just another normal OT game you guys played?
Well, I guess this game was a little bigger maybe than the last ones, but we've been in that position a lot, and I think that was our 12th overtime game. So we knew how to get through it, and we we had a good overtime, we were fortunate enough to pull it out.
You have time for one or two more questions if you need to. Everybody's good? All right. We're going to excuse the student athletes. Thanks, gentlemen. Congratulations. All right. At this time, you can direct your questions to Coach Sandelin. And who would like to start us off? Matt, probably? I can't.
Scott, as Adam just mentioned there, you guys have been in 12 overtime games already, tight games at the end of tournaments here now. Everyone you've been in, how do you as a coach kind of handle getting through these games and these moments? And is there much you have to do at all to say to the players in these tight moments?
Not a lot. I mean, there's a few reminders. And I think, when you're in a lot of those situations, you learn from those, good and bad. And, I think this group has been in so many close games, not just overtime games, that they just believe they can win. And that was the case again tonight, where they found a way to win. And just a few reminders, probably head into overtime, maybe simplify the game, don't force things. And I think both coaches probably say the same thing. And sometimes you see the games in overtime open up, and sometimes they're real tight. We were fortunate to get the power play and capitalized. We had two before that and didn't score. And Adam found a way with the shot. So I told him before the overtime, before the period, I just said, go get one. Because I thought his line was good. I thought their line was really good tonight with Kyle and Carson. But it was awesome to see it going quick, because I think both teams, who knows how long that game could have gone. Both teams maybe a little fatigued, and with the short turnaround too for our guys. But they battled through it and grinded through it, just like they have done all year.
Who?
Eric Burton, U.S. Inside Hockey. Can you just touch on the play of your freshman goaltender? He was a veteran last year, and he comes into the mix, and he doesn't seem to be phased at all. I mean, can you just touch on how you thought of his play this year?
Well, he's a big reason we are where we are. Let's not lie about this. I mean, obviously we went into the year with 3 goalies, 2 of them freshmen, 1 a redshirt freshman, none with any college experience, but all 3 of them with lots of junior experience and very successful goalies in junior hockey. But Hunter was a top recruit for us. He wanted to stay 3 years in junior hockey because he wanted to come in and be ready. And obviously early in the year he started, and then he got pulled, and then he didn't see a game again until we played North Dakota. But we knew, he was kind of the lead guy, and he just has never given up the net. And I did pull him in Western Michigan, but he rebounded with another win. But he's got a great demeanor. He's a competitive kid that is very athletic, as you see. Alex Iafallo was very similar. He reminded me a lot of Alex when we recruited him. But he just doesn't get bothered. He's just a great kid. He'll be the kid that when we were in Denver just said, hey, look at coach, look at all the snow on the mountains. This is on the way to a game. It's just him. So he's really down to earth, very focused, but he has a good time. And I think the biggest thing, he's just got a great demeanor, and he bounces back. He'll give up goals. He might give up 2 goals, but he'll find a way to not make it 3. And if he has a bad game, he'll find a way to bounce back and have a good game. And that's a real good trait for a goaltender.
Katie, did you have a question?
Scott, again, obviously you've had a lot of overtime games this year, and with the one last night, what did you learn about that overtime period against Ohio State that you could take into the extra period today?
That we won. I mean, that was, it reminded me, I'm trying to remember what year. It was the year we won the national title. We had a lot of overtime games, and I remember going to overtime against Michigan, telling our guys the same thing. You've been in these situations, we've had success in overtime, do these things, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Tonight it worked, and but I think those experiences help players. But I think just our whole year, our mindset is a little bit different because, like I said earlier, we've been in a lot of close games.
Go ahead, Matt.
Scott, were there anything you said or any adjustments you made after that first BU goal, or was it just kind of you emphasizing to the guys to play a little bit tighter defense?
Yeah, don't give him that much room. He's a great player. He's slippery. That's a big time goal. I mean, that line was good. Both him and Harper and Carlson are real good players. I mean, obviously they got a lot of speed, and you saw Harper too, a big time goal. But I thought our guys for the most part did a good job. Shutting them down. The good players are going to find ways. Just like he did last night. Keller did against North Dakota. Great players find ways to make great plays. It was an elite player to an elite player, in McAvoy, but they're going to get chances. It's just trying to limit those chances. And I think we were well aware of what he could do on the ice. They have a lot of those guys, and he just made a great play.
We have time for one or two more questions here.
Scott, a year ago, a lot of expectations were put on the program to get to the Frozen Four, to get to this point. You guys fell short. Can you, honestly, what were your expectations going into this season? And did you think you had the team here with the question marks that you had that could do this?
Well, I think we had, we felt good about a lot of the pieces, certainly with Dom and Karsten and Al coming back. I mean, anytime you get, your key players that come back for their senior year, you always feel good about that. We would have probably been a totally different team without those guys. Obviously, we had the goaltending question. But this team's kind of grown together through the year. We've had great leadership, very driven. Those guys, especially our senior group, not just our captains, our senior group, they kind of have their little own saying that they keep bringing up every week, and give credit to those guys. I mean, they came back and they've shown our young guys the way, and they've been real good leaders, and they've been our best players. They've been our best players, and again, when your best players are playing that way, you're going to have an opportunity to have more success. So I give more credit to those guys, and everyone's kind of fallen in line, and we found our goaltender, and we are where we are.
What's the saying those guys have?
That's their own saying.
Question back there.
With this victory, Scott, Carson Soucy, his status, being out the last, how big is this?
Still week to week, but he's been skating a little bit, so we're hoping that he's going to be strong enough to get back in there. So I think this was important for that group too, to try and keep playing so they can try and get him back in the lineup. So we'll kind of see how things go, but he's certainly making progress.
Coach, going off that experience factor with the seniors, Nick Wolf scored a goal yesterday, Joey Anderson today, obviously Hunter. How big a step have some of the freshmen on your team taken this whole year?
Real big step. I mean, we haven't had a lot of them. I mean, I think, Joey came in from the development program and probably was a little farther along just based on the schedule they've played, and Riley came out of high school, and a little bit of juniors here in Fargo, and again, the learning curve. Wolfie's probably been our biggest pleasant surprise. We saw it in September, and he's played really well, and him and Dan have played well together. And then obviously Garrett's got a chance to play here with Carson out, and I think he's done a real good job too. So credit to those guys. I mean, it's a process, and there's ups and downs, but those guys have become a little more consistent, and obviously a couple of them have been big keys for us in the positions they've been in. So it's been fun to watch.
You've got an extended amount of time here before you guys go to Chicago. Obviously a lot of time for players to rest up. Injuries to kind of go towards going away. Have you thought at all about how you're going to kind of spend that time? Do you kind of keep it close to the previous times you've come this far?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think tomorrow's obviously off. Probably Monday will probably be off, and some guys played a lot of minutes this weekend, and some of the emotional, not just physical. But there'll be guys that will probably want to get on the ice. I mean, most of our team came over and skated this morning, you know. They're goofy that way, so. But we've got some things to keep working on and sharpen up on, no question. So I think we'll take that time and do a little bit each day, and it's more about containing their excitement, kind of getting them refocused here. But I want them to enjoy it and take a few days to really enjoy it, and we'll get back to work in a few days.
That concludes the press conference. Congratulations, Coach.